Motor vehicle accidents are the leading cause of death and serious injury in the U.S. Medical negligence is the second. Hi, I'm attorney Dave Buckley, and I'm a personal injury attorney. A recent Johns Hopkins study claims more than 250,000 people in the U.S. die every year from medical errors. Other reports say that the numbers can be high as 440,000 deaths per year. Medical errors are the third leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer. Those numbers are huge. And chances are you or someone you know has been the victim of medical negligence. And hopefully it hasn't caused a life-altering consequence for failing to diagnose a particular condition or doing a procedure wrong. But for others, it's a death sentence. I recently took a phone call from a man who had a physical 2 years ago, and prior to going to his physical, he did his labs, his blood work, his urine, so that those things could be processed and the results were ready so that they would be ready when he had his physical. He had his physical, and as far as he recalls, no labs were discussed. 2 years later, he goes to his doctor for a medical condition that he had been suffering from. He did another set of lab work, and his doctor at this time asked him, or said to him, your PSA level is 34. And PSA is it's a protein that's found in the urine of men, and a high PSA number could be indicative of prostate cancer. It's not absolute, but certainly if you have a high number, it's going to or should cause your treating professionals to make further inquiry. But he said, you got a high number at 34, how come you didn't do anything about it 2 years ago when it was 17? And he said, I was never even informed of my PSA results 2 years ago. I had no idea it was 17. And unfortunately for him, having gone so long without his condition being at least evaluated, he developed prostate cancer, which had metastasized, meaning the cancer broke out of his prostate and into his bloodstream. And now he has to undergo radiation and later on chemotherapy. And it was so preventable. It was so preventable. And listen, I get it. You know, our treating professionals, our doctors, our nurses, they take care of us when we're sick and not feeling well and are in pain. They treat our loved ones. They do a wonderful service. As I speak right now, COVID-19 is raging through the country, and vaccines are being given by those frontline workers to the country, and God bless them. And yeah, no one wants to point fingers. No one wants to accuse people. But when you're harmed because of someone else's negligence, when their negligence puts your life at risk, they need to be held accountable. If not only for you, but for others they might be doing the same thing too as well. It needs to be inquired about. So if you or anyone you know thinks that they have been the subject of medical negligence, medical malpractice, medical errors, whatever you want to call it, feel free to call me. I'll be happy to talk to you about this. Or you can go to my YouTube channel. I have videos there on personal injury that might be helpful as well. But you need to ask the questions. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone and ask the question. Do you think I've been subjected to medical negligence? I'll run through it with you, and I'll give you my honest opinion. But you gotta make the inquiry first. Don't suffer in silence. Don't suffer alone. You don't need to. You don't need to.